Happy Friday. I'm Cheryl, and this is FYI Friday 15-minute Bible study. I hope you're having a great Friday thus far, and I hope you had an even better week. As you can see, I have no featured guests today, so you got me. So let's see, can I give you 4 scriptures in 15 minutes? We're at a new chapter. Chapter 4, verse 1 reads like this. After this I looked, and behold, a door standing open in heaven. And the first voice which I heard speaking to me like a trumpet said, "Come up here, and I'll show you what must take place after this." Well, when he speak about this voice that spoke like a trumpet, when the book of Revelation opens up to us, he's describing that he heard a voice speaking to him behind him that sounded like a trumpet. So he's referring to that voice. Then at the top here, when it says after this, he's experiencing different things and being shown different things. So he's saying after that particular thing that happened, now he sees an open door. An open door, and that voice says, "Come up here." It's an invitation. He was being shown what is to take place. The cross-reference that I would give you is about Moses. Remember when Moses was in the wilderness and God said to him, "Come up here." But it was a physical mountain, right? He would climb up that mountain and powwow with God, have a meeting. Well, John, he's seeing this in the spirit, which we're going to talk about next. So there is someone that had an invitation to come up too, so they can see what is to go on, what is to happen in the future. And that's what this was about. Let's go on to Revelation chapter 4, verse 2. It says, "At once," meaning immediately, "I was in the Spirit, and behold, a throne stood in heaven with one seated on the throne." I'm going to read that again. I felt that. "At once I was in the Spirit, and behold, a throne stood in heaven with one seated on the throne." Well, at once being immediately, John was in the Spirit, right? In the Spirit, capital S. Let's talk about that. In the Spirit, you have heard the phrase in the spirit of. So if I say something or do something that my mother once have done, somebody could say, "Oh, she did that in the spirit of." But we're not talking about thoughts or intent or essence of. We're talking about there is an actual locale. There's a realm, that's spirit, right? Right now, if you were in the room, me and you could touch one another. This is the physical realm, right? But there is a realm that is another world, active, moving constantly, and it is the domain of God. Remember when he kicked out Lucifer and those angels that went amok? Well, he kicked them out, and we don't see them walking and going to work like natural people. But he's called the Prince of the Air. Why? Because there's a domain that they are in as well. You know, when you see the sky, right? You can hear the friendly skies. Remember, there's an S on there. You can hear the word heaven, and they put an S on there, the heavens. Why? Because there's dimensions, right? There's dimensions. There's an air where the birds and the airplanes fly. There's a dimension where, again, Satan and his imps are. Then there is a place way beyond them called heaven. So John saw a throne in heaven and one seated on the throne. All right? So now let me give you a cross-reference regarding that. Isaiah chapter 6 verse 1. "In the year that King Uzziah died, I saw the Lord sitting upon a throne, high and lifted up, and the train of his robe filled the temple." This is Isaiah. Remember, he was a prophet. So how did they get these visions? in the spirit, whether God give it to them in dreams or in open vision, just like what John was experiencing. You can see things that are not on the earth and not be asleep. Okay? But this is telling us how he saw the Lord sitting high and lifted up, and his train filled the temple. Now somebody may say, is that a train of a coat, of a robe? Again, we got to remember metaphors as well. Could this be the train of a robe? Of course it can, because based on what it said, the train of his robe filled the temple. So, actual material or in the essence of it as a metaphor. Isaiah chapter 6 verse 1 was a cross reference I gave you. Let's go to verse 3 of chapter 4. And he who sat there had the appearance of jasper, carnelian, and around the throne was a rainbow that had the appearance of an emerald. He who sat there had the appearance of the stone jasper and the stone carnelian, and around the throne was a rainbow. Let's talk about these stones. These are stones that are on the earth, but John is saying he had the appearance of them. Well, the one called carnelian, and I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly, it's reddish brown. But let me read a cross reference so you can understand that somebody gave the description when they saw it in the spirit to speak about the glory of him that was shining all around about him. That's Ezekiel chapter 1 verse 28. Like the appearance of the bow that is in the cloud on the day of rain, so was the appearance of the brightness all around. Such was the appearance of the likeness of the glory of the Lord. So John saw he seated on the throne, shining like a jasper and carnelian. This rainbow. Let's talk about this rainbow. Most people, they know about the rainbow that comes after the rain. Other people understand that it is symbolic, that God says, I'll never destroy my own creation again with water. So he put it in the sky, and that's why we see it, all right? But here's one that he says in heaven. So I asked myself, is it his reminder? We don't know why he chose to have a rainbow. But have you ever noticed water? You can be near water, and if you look at the puddles, you can see a rainbow even in the puddles. Everything we do not know and will not know until you go to heaven, if you make heaven, right? And that's what this is about. But that's how John is describing this throne room, that he who sat on it was shining just like stones that exist. But these stones on the earth, they can't compare to what we're going to see in heaven. And I can witness that myself. Here's why. When I was a young woman, I had a dream. And in the dream, Jesus himself taught me how to pray. He was wearing this blue that was like screaming every thread in it. I'm blue. No blue on the earth have I ever seen yet that compared to it. Every blue, no matter how beautiful, I have seen the shade of blue. It's dead in comparison to the dream I had when he had it on. It's the same as these stones. It's the same as the rainbow we see, and we have seen some beautiful ones, but nothing like what we will see. And it had the appearance of emerald. That's unique. That's beautiful. But no man knows fully how that will look until we make heaven. Let's do the last verse for the day. Revelation chapter 4, verse 4. Around the throne, John says, were 24 thrones, and seated on those thrones were 24 elders, clothed in white garment with golden crowns on their heads. Listen, I cannot tell it to you any other way. The church do not know who these 24 people are. Do the 24 people get debated all the time? Yes, they do. One train of thought, well, there was 12 brothers that made up 12 tribes. Then there were 12 men that made up 12 disciples. So maybe that's this collective group. Maybe it is. The Bible doesn't explain it. Then another train of thought, someone says it's symbolic for the church. Why? Because this group, this 24 elders that sit around, they are praising the Lord day in, day out, all night, every day, all night. And that's what the church does and should be doing beautifully, giving God the praise continuously. Maybe it is symbolic for the church, but all I can tell you is that the church at large on the earth do not know who these people are. But that's the debate. So we know in part. He has not told us the full story. So is there somebody on the earth that he have revealed who the 24 is? Maybe. But the church at large do not know who these people are. So I wouldn't tell you any different. As I leave you today, I want to sing a little song to you. Yeah, me. I want to sing a little song to you. In the Spirit. It is a beautiful place. You, me, can witness experiencing something in the Spirit, whether you had it in a dream or whether it was an open vision. God will show you, just like he did John. Come up here. I want to show you something that's to come, that's to happen in the future. It is real, people. It really is. So John, we have studied, that wrote letters to 7 different used to be physical churches, but those types of believers are still on the earth. I was in the Spirit on the Lord's day when he touched me, when he filled me. Touch me with his Spirit on the Lord's day. He touched me and he made me whole. That's what I pray for you, that he touch you and make you whole. Have a beautiful the rest of your week. And next time you see me, I'll have a featured guest. And I won't do any more singing. I promise. I'm Cheryl, and this is FYI Friday, 15-minute Bible study. Nice to see you. See you soon. Bye-bye. That's my bracelet. Keep hitting. Don't forget, the sinner's prayer follows me.
Hey, when I look at everything that God blessed me with, I'm grateful. I'm grateful. I'm grateful. I'm honored, I'm grateful, I'm humbled, I'm thankful, I'm truly grateful. Hey, I went through the storm, I wandered around the wilderness, ran through muddy waters, I got stuck and tore my ligaments. I'm a product of the mountains and valleys, but in a spirit sense, God wrote the story, I came out of it a lyricist. Hey DJ, turn up the volume, I'm kicking knowledge, I ain't got a bachelor or doctorate, but I'm a scholar, alright. Proverbs speaking, psalms singing, I was crucified with Jesus' palms bleeding, all that see I overcame the darkest night. Look to my right, look to my left, see God's hand at every step. Look to my woman, the sweetest gift, then look again, she heaven sent. Look to my brethren, the vigilance, look to my family, significant. Look at my progress, magnificent. Look at my conscience, it's innocent. Look at my hope, it's infinite. Look at my life, the second chance. Look at nature, his fingerprints. Look all around, the evidence, yeah. See, When I look at everything that God blessed me with, I'm grateful.